Let's talk about the anger trap in a relationship. It works like this. You start out by feeling powerless in your relationship. You can't get your partner to understand or do what you want them to do, and so you start to feel frustrated or angry. And the problem with that is that if someone's angry at me, I'm less likely to do what that person wants. And so the more angry you get, the less likely your partner is to do what you want, and then that leads you to feeling even more powerless, and then you get even more angry, and around we go. So that's why it's called a trap. It's the anger trap, because the angrier I get, the less power I have in my relationship. And the less power I have in my relationship, the angrier I get. And so it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So you need to feel more powerful to feel less angry, because anger is a response to a perception of powerlessness. So this can come from two things. To a certain extent, you actually are powerless in the relationship, and that's partly just the reality of a relationship where, I'm married and my wife gets to make all of her own choices, and I don't get to make any of her choices for her. So I can see that as powerlessness, in that sometimes there's things I want her to do that she doesn't want to do, and she doesn't do them because she doesn't want to. And that's just the reality of being in a relationship with another human being. The other part of it is just that, my brain might make me seem less powerful than I really am. So even though I don't get to make my wife's choices for her, there are things that I can do that will influence her, or that might convince her to do things my way. It's just that those things are not the things that I will do while I'm angry. So if I'm angry or frustrated or resentful, then whatever course of action I come up with while I'm feeling those feelings is always going to be counterproductive and will never help make the relationship better. The way out of the anger trap is first to realize that anger is always a response to a perception of powerlessness. And then if I can sit down and just calm down and take kind of an inventory of what power do I have? And fundamentally, we do have a certain amount of power in a relationship. I can leave the relationship, for example. So right from the get-go, I'm making the choice to stay in this relationship. Even though leaving would be inconvenient, et cetera, it's still a choice I'm making. And if I can kind of just take that as a fundamental, as a foundation, and just realize that I am making a choice to stay in this relationship, which means that I have power because I'm the one who's choosing. And just holding on to that idea can help me feel less angry, which gives me a chance at starting to make things better.